Hey there, everyone. It's Victoria McCooey. And this week we're talking about the 5 stages of grief. And normally we talk about the 5 stages of grief in terms of death and mourning the death of a loved one. But divorce is a death. It's also a death. It's the death of your marriage. It's the death of a dream you had. You did not walk down the aisle thinking, yeah, one day we're probably going to get divorced. No, you expected to grow old with this person. You expected to have grandchildren together and be buried next to each other, maybe. Live a whole lifetime with each other. This is not what you expected. This is not what you thought would happen. So it's the death of the dream you had for your life with this person. And you have to mourn that death just like you would mourn any other death. So let's talk about the 5 stages of grief. Maybe you've heard of them, maybe you haven't. They go in this order, but everyone's different. It's not always linear like that. You can hop back and forth between stages. You might revisit a stage. So anyway, here are the 5 stages in the typical order. First, there is denial, which we talked about a lot yesterday. And the second one is anger. And that's what I'm going to focus on today. But let me just run through the rest for you. Then comes bargaining, then acceptance, bargaining, and then depression, and finally acceptance. So today I'm focusing on anger, because when you get to this stage of the grief process, you are mad. You've just come out of denial, probably. You've come to terms with the fact that, yeah, this is real. This is not something that you can look the other way and pretend is not happening. And now you're just pissed. You are so angry that this is happening to you. You're mad at the world. You're mad at your spouse. You're mad at anyone who tries to talk to you about this. You're mad at God. You're mad at the universe. You are just mad. You want to yell. You want to punch something. You want to kick and scream. And guess what? That's okay. That's okay. You have to give yourself some slack during this time. This is not forever. This is just a little phase of the process. So go ahead and scream. Find a way. Lock yourself in the bathroom. Run the water. Scream into a pillow. Whatever you have to do. It's normal. It's natural. It's healthy. So give yourself permission to be mad, because the quicker you can get that out and get through this awful phase, the sooner you can go through the rest of the process, and the sooner the whole grieving process will be over, and then you can get on with things. You can get on with your life. But you have to deal with this. It's going to happen whether you want it to or not, whether you acknowledge it or not. It's going to happen. So embrace it. Just know that this is all part of the journey. And honestly, the more you understand about each phase, the more you can anticipate what's going to happen, the better you'll be at recognizing where you are, why you're feeling the way you do, and knowing that it's not forever. You're going to move through all these phases. So isn't that helpful to know that when you're feeling so angry, it's not going to be forever? I mean, I remember going through all 5 of these stages, but anger, man, it's a bad one. I was so angry, and I know you are too. I went and signed up for a kickboxing class. You find ways to get that aggression out, because it really does help. But I didn't know then what I know now. I thought I was just going to always be this really angry person, that this was my new life, being angry. It's not. I don't want you to think that. You're going to go right through this, and you'll move on through the next phase and the next phase, and then the next phase, and you'll be done. And then this whole grieving process will be over. All right, so I have created a document for you that takes you through all 5 of these stages, explains what they look like, explains things you might do to get through them faster. And that way you can recognize and play along, right? Follow along with what's going on so that you'll have a better chance of realizing it's just temporary. So I would love to give you that as my gift to you. All you need to do is click on the link below this video and register. And I will be happy to send it to whatever, make sure it's a safe email that I can send it to. And I will send that right to you. And you're also going to get a bonus, I also created a checklist. So after you get that PDF of that file, that 5 stages of grief, then you'll receive a checklist separately. So you can actually see what emotions you're feeling, check them off, and figure out where you are in the process, which stage you're in, and then you can check along and see how you progress through, and follow your journey. All right, so it'll give you a little bit of comfort, I hope, that this is normal. You're normal. This is just what it is. And as angry as I was back then, as much in denial as I was, as angry as I was, as depressed, wait till we get to depression, as depressed as I was, and all the bargaining I did, that's another one we'll get to, and then the final acceptance of it. I never thought, that it would turn out as well as it did. So as angry as you might be right now, as angry as I was, that seems, fast forward to today, and I can't even imagine being so angry. Having gone through that now is a non-issue. When you put it into the perspective that I have now, when you see it in the scheme of your life, you think it's just this horrible, horrible, devastating thing that you'll never recover from. It's a little short phase of your life, and you then get to create a new life it meets all of your specifications, right? You get to create your next life exactly the way you want it. And that's what I help my clients to do. And I am so blessed that I was able to create a wonderful new life that is beyond my wildest dreams and never could have happened if I hadn't lived through the divorce that I lived through and taken that journey. I could never be in this place now. So you can do that too. And that's how I help my clients. So please, if this speaks to you, download it, register for that free gift so I can send that to you. You can download that. And also, if you would like to find out more about what my coaching programs look like and how I work with my clients, the first step to do that is to book a free call with me. Because that way I can talk to you, you can tell me your story, I can ask you some questions, and I'll figure out if I'm the right person for you, if I'm the right coach for you, and if I think I can help you in the place where you are. And if I do think we're a good fit, then that's where we can talk about the different ways we could work together. All right, so all those links are here. I hope to talk to you soon, and take care.